Howdy do, Rangeroos. This is your friendly industrial arts and STEM instructor, Dr. Bach, and I'm here to take you through another, wait for it, tutorial for making a phone and tablet holder. Now, you might be thinking, oh, another phone and tablet holder. Jeepers creepers, when are we ever going to stop this stuff? And this is going to be the last one. This one is going to be a little bit more complicated. Now, you might look at this and say, wait a second, is that a phone or tablet holder or a baby shark? Do, 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 do. It is indeed a phone or tablet holder. Do not worry about this. It'll all make sense in just a little while. Now, we're going to practice some of our actual manufacturing stuff today because you'll notice that this has a round peg on the bottom and it has another piece right here. When you actually get into manufacturing, rarely are pieces made in one part. They're usually assembled. So if you look, here is a base, 4 inches long, ½ inch thick, 2 inches wide, and it's got two ½ inch holes in it. Well, here we have part of a phone and tablet holder. This right here you can see is where the phone and tablet holder would go. It's 4 inches long, 2 inches wide, and it has a ½ inch peg. So by using the power of imagination, you can see how this ½ inch peg would go in that ½ inch hole and it would be able to be assembled. This is a common thing that you see in phone and tablets stands, and unfortunately due to the limitations of SketchUp Free, I can't actually go ahead and assemble it in this particular one. But we are going to, well, if you elect to use this as your printed phone or tablet holder, you would print this, two of these parts, and they would click directly in there. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to head over to sketchup.com. No, I did not say ketchup. I said SketchUp. Ha 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 ha! I told you I was going to make the joke every single time. I click on SketchUp and let's see, I'm going to create new, feet and inches. And the first thing that I'm going to do is make our rectangular base, this right here. So it starts as a 2 inch by 4 inch rectangle. Head over to the origin, drag it to the right, 2, 4, enter, and then I can either scroll or use the zoom extents. If I use zoom extents, it's right there, wind up scrolling anyways. And I am going to push pull or extrude this out ½ inch if you look at my distance right there. So if I compare this with the diameters or the dimensions, excuse me, it's a ½ inch thick, 4 inches long, 2 inches wide. Now I need to put in, let's see, these holes, and let me dimension this really quick so you can see. They are on the midpoint and it's a ½ inch on center right there. So that's what we're going to do. Let me flip this on around. And using some dimension lines, well, like we did last time, go to the midpoint. And I am going to type in 0.5. Same thing right here. Let it click to the midpoint. 0.5. And now we have our lines right there. So if I check it with the dimensions, that is 0.5 on center. Now we need to draw two ½ inch diameter holes. Head over to the circle. Allow it to click onto the end point of that. And 0.5. Enter. Whoops, I made a mistake. It's supposed to be 0.25. There we go. 0.25. Enter. And then the same thing on the end point right here. 0.25. Enter. And that gives us our drawings. I'm going to erase our construction lines right there. Rotate this so I can see it a little bit better. And then push pull or extrude these out. Okay, so that right there is our base. If we check the dimensions right here, it will be 4 inches. It will be 2 inches. If I zoom in, it will be a half inch diameter. And then, let's see, from there to there, there we go, half inch. So this is how you do the base. Now we have to go ahead and start this piece right here. Now it's a 2" by 4" triangle, or excuse me, 2" by 4" rectangle, and you're going to see there's no dimensions on this part right here. That's intentional. You can make those dimensions whatever the heck you want. It's just a cutout. So that is, let's see, let me go ahead and start anew. Yeah, I want to save this. Make sure you save it because you're going to be 3D printing it. Save it as tablet base. I'm going to save it as number 2. I said number 2. Okay, erase this person right here. And again, if we look at here, it starts as a 2". See, 1". 4". Starts as a 2 by 4 rectangle. So head over to our rectangle tool, click on the origin. Oops. There we go. And come on, rectangle. There we go. Head over to the origin, 2, 4, enter. Let me zoom on in. There's our 2 by 4 rectangle. And if I check the dimensions, oh, I forgot to dimension that one. Let me rotate it so we can check out the thickness right here. It is a ½ inch thick. So I am going to push pull or extrude this out a ½ inch right there. Now flip around and I am going to draw our shape on it. So if you look at this right here, the example, you can see that it's give or take an inch up and then a 90-degree angle and then up there. The mistake that you're going to want to make is you're going to want to draw it all the way down to the bottom. Don't do that. It needs some meat in here in order to be strong. So what I'm going to do is just switch to my pencil tool, just like so. And again, start it up from about an inch. I'm going to go down at a gradual angle and then up to that end point, up to that corner. Now I can use subtractive manufacturing, push-pull that out so it's gone. So there we have this. Now we're going to need to put our, it's called a dowel or a tenon, down on this bottom portion right here. Because you can see there is a dowel or a tenon right there, and that would pop into those holes. So flip this on around, and we're going to have to draw some construction lines like we have been drawing. Switch to my line tool, and right there I'm going to draw from midpoint to midpoint, and then the same thing up there, midpoint to midpoint. And what that does is mark our center. Looks like an X, and R, X marks the spot. I know I'm not that great at pirate talk, but I gave it my all. So this is on center because we use the coincident constraints to do so. Head over to our circle tool, go directly onto the endpoint, and we are going to go to radius 1/4 or 0.25, enter. Use the erase tool to erase all of our construction lines. Then allow me to rotate it so you can see what's going on. And we are going to push pull, you can see here, a ½ inch. So push-pull this a ½ inch right there. So this then is the piece that will actually hold our phone or tablet upright. Oh, easy there, easy. There you go. So this is the piece that will hold our phone or tablet upright. We'll 3D print this just like that, actually 2 of these pieces, and they will click into this piece right here. So we'll have actually 3 pieces that get assembled. So this is more in line on how you would actually do things professionally. You would make sure that all your dimensions are correct. You would print these, lightly sand them, paint them, clear coat them, something like that, and then assemble them. This is probably the most popular style phone or tablet holder on the market because you can charge it, you can hold it, you can make it different sizes. It is a little more complicated to make initially, but once you have these files done, you could print off 1,000,000 of these and assemble them and, you know, get all that cheddar, all the money. Okay, so everybody, that is it. I wish that I could show you how to assemble these in this program, but we do have limitations. Make sure you save these parts because if this is the one that you elect to 3D print, we need those files. Okay, go ahead, stop this video, rewind and replay as many times as you need in order to get the concept.